Okay, do you guys want to help him with the statue?
Is there anything else that looks interesting down here?
Not that you see.
Okay,
Vinda, was there
I'll help with the
anything?
statue then.
Okay. Vinda, was there anything you wanted to do with your stunts?
I don't see anything that really applies.
Okay. Do you have any magic or anything that can help with uncovering the statue?
Don't think so.
You do hear Winter shouting from the top if you want to go and tell the others what you guys have found.
Yeah, well, the statue seems to be in the middle of what looks to be a room of some kind, but there's too much dirt to tell if it is connected to anything else. We're going to try and dig the statue out and maybe see what it is.
Curiosity, Harmony. Why don't you give me strength checks to just dig out the dirt and clear out the area?
I yelled down, does anybody need a shovel?
There are shovels down here, actually.
Okay. You guys clear out the area with your shovels in your hands, and you get a fair amount of dirt off. You uncover the rest of the arm leading to a shoulder, and then eventually you get to a head and the other shoulder, and like just below the neckline of this statue. And you can see it appears to be, you think it's human. You're not exactly certain. It's definitely a humanoid shape with hair and a face. But its head, and it seems to be a man since it has something of a beard. And above its head is this 5-point star. Sort of like a nimbus halo behind it. And he's got this look, even with the damage to the face, it's this look of just sort of like intense either anger or seriousness about it. And he has this clenched fist raising up to the sky. Curiosity. Do you have religion?
Nope.
What kind of lores do you have?
I don't have any lore.
I thought you had lore.
I have the lore master or the novice lore talent, but I don't have any lore thingies. I have intelligence or research, but that's the only thing I have. I'm going to get lores later when I level up.
If that makes sense.
Do any of the three of you have lore?
I punch things.
Cool. Curiosity, make an intelligence roll then.
Does my arcane lore help at all?
Sure. You can roll that as well.
Ooh, nice roll.
That's a good roll, too.
Yeah, those are great rolls. So yeah, you look at the statue, and you don't recognize the face, you don't recognize the man, but you do recognize the 5-point star. You recognize it as a symbol of sorcery, Shadowsoul magic. This is the symbol that is normally associated with high-ranking lieutenants, usually people directly under or close to being under a terror, one of the 5 lieutenants of Shadowsoul. Whoever this man was, he was probably a pretty powerful necromancer.
Oh, that's ominous.
Is the thing behind the 5-point star shiny?
No, it's the statue's completely made
It's
out
all
of stone.
Okay.
Hmm. I mean, if you look closely, and I'm assuming you're doing that because you don't know what this is. You can see what looks maybe like flecks of gold and maybe silver, something shiny that used to be on this, but whatever it used to be, it's just completely stone now. Gray, ugly stone.
So, like, it used to have, like, gold silver leaf? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, either painted on or plated on, something shiny. But it's just a stone bear statue now.
Yeah, so, do you guys know what this is?
This is not good at all. This 5-pointed star is a symbol of Shadowsoul magic.
Of course it is.
I'm rather high ranking at that.
Whatever someone was looking for here, it is certainly nefarious.
So, did I find any tracks that would interest me up here?
What did you roll?
I think it was pretty high. I have to go back up. Let me find it. 14.
Again, nothing beyond drug tracks. Doesn't seem like there's any sort of other individuals here. Just trogs.
Not even something with different shaped feet, because I do remember the mentioning of an inn.
You do, and you look specifically for that. But you don't see anything but trogs.
How far is it from, like, the top, the bottom of the ladders to, like, the ground?
Are you asking, like, if the ladders are accessible?
I'm asking if I had my rope, could I, like, tie it so that the other people could come down and help us out if we wanted to keep digging the statue out?
How far does your rope go? I mean, the other thing you could do is just fly people down one by one.
Oh, can I? Yeah, but I didn't want to leave them trapped down here in case if something happened to me.
Reasonable. Do you know is your rope like 60 feet?
Hold on a second. No, it's a 20-foot or a 20-yard. Was it in the inventory as yards? I don't remember. Because then it's a 60-foot rope.
Yes, it is a 60-foot rope.
Yeah, it's yards in at least the normal rope lists.
Oh, so I could like tie it off to something above and not worry about whether or not the ladder was stable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that instead. I'll fly back up to the top and be like, keep working, I'll see if anyone else wants to come help. And I'll fly back up to the top and be like, well, Curiosity and Vindar both seem to think that the statue is of some Shadowsoul, high-ranking necromancery type guy. But we've only uncovered up to the head, and the rest of the room is still covered in dirt. I could tie a rope off so you could come help us.
Alright, I'd be amicable to that.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Okay.
I mean, someone should probably guard the entrance to the cave.
Gorm just kind of scowls and goes, I don't want to go down to any cursed ruin. I will stay up here.
Oh, good. Then you can keep watch. And then, is there like a pretty solid rock or something I could tie this rope around?
Yeah, you managed to find something not too hard.
All right, we'll do that. And then I'll go back down.
So you mentioned someone standing guard. Sierra, do you want to do that so you can head out?
Yeah. guard up here, guys, while you explore that really, really far away hole.
I understand, milady.
Alright. We'll see you later, Sarah. And don't forget, Barry records these, so whatever we finish up doing here, you'll get to see later.
Okay.
We shouldn't go too much longer.
You're not gonna throw like hordes of minions at us that we're gonna have to like defeat or something?
We kind of
Swarms of imps come through the cave and magically start appearing in the shadows.
I mean, that would make a great cliffhanger.
That's not. There are no shadows. We're all lit. The whole room is completely lit up. Like, everything is lit.
If you wanted that, you have the opportunity with Trogs.
No, see, but then like the imp could see them leaving and be like, "Why are you leaving?" And then they come back to come fight us, and then they still are the Trogs and they come to fight us.
Well,
Can we not try coming up with ways for this to go horribly wrong?
Or like they collapse the cave on top of us or seal the entrance and we're stuck in here.
Well, listen, things are only going to go horribly wrong for the people going and messing around with evil demon stuff down in the pit.
that's true. That's why I'm going.
That's why I'm up here. Worst case, I can shoot down at things in the pit.
Anyways, good night, Serva.
Good night.
Night.
Right.
See you guys later.
See ya.
Don't have too much fun.
Just love digging statues out of dirty pits.
Okay.
We'll
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll
All
hold
right,
more. Go ahead.
You're fine. Go ahead, Barry.
I was just gonna say we'll hold more lemons hostages.
Oh, okay. All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Okay.
Yes,
Sorry.
John. Yeah, you did turn that. I can't. I still can't believe that worked
I mean, I was
all the
thinking
way
about it.
through.
I just didn't have a way to actually legitimately threaten them all. Guns are much more effective at threatening large amounts of them.
I just wanted their pelts.
Oh dear. Okay, so we're digging we're digging the statue out. Okay, Zeri, how does that go?
That's disturbing,
That escalated
Bazak.
quickly.
Yeah.
That really got out of hand.
Oh, also, can Curiosity use his water to like clear the walls off so maybe we can like read something?
Yay, mud.
That is up to Curiosity.
Yeah, see, I thought about that, but I didn't want to get a bunch of mud everywhere.
Maybe we should do that after we finish digging the statue out.
Alright, as you all make your way down into the pit, Gorm, you look around for different signs of things, and you don't find any tracks. But as you get closer to where the braziers are and the platform, where I assume Vinda told you what she saw, you do notice that there is a small hole, like maybe like a round hole, maybe 2 feet tall, 2 feet wide, just big enough for something smallish to maybe crawl through. And you stick your head kind of closer to it and look around in it, and you see it just go straight up, and you can see daylight, or not daylight, but like moonlight, peeking in through it and coming down. The rest of you, Make your way down. Who's all going down there?
I think it's just me in addition to whoever's down there already. Erithus and... yeah, that'd be it. Just the addition of Eri.
Yep, certainly not me. I don't want to go down into the double pit.
Okay. You make your way down. And you can see this statue. Again, you can't tell a race of it, but it is clearly a man with a 5-point star, Nimbus halo sort of thing behind his head. And you can see that they're digging him out. And they took him out fairly. It's gone a little bit below his chest now. You can see what's sort of the makings of some kind of robe is being dug out. And the more that they dig, kind of like the softer the dirt gets. Is there anything you guys want to attempt to do while in the process of this?
Is the you said he had like a raised fist? Does it look like it's like enclosed around anything, or does it just look like a solid fist?
It just seems to be a solid fist, clenched. You don't know if it's in anger, power, or, what kind of pose it's going for, but it's just tightly clenched. There's a little bit of light, Olaf, by the braziers that are still lit. Do you want to go over by them?
Does
Okay.
it look like the fist had anything in it recently, or at one point?
Make a perception searching test. Looking at it, doesn't appear that anything was broken off of it or anything. It looks like it was designed to be a clenched fist, and it is a clenched fist. There's chips here and there, like on the knuckles and on the fingers, and where you would expect, chips in an old statue. But it doesn't appear like he was supposed to be holding anything.
Oh yes, my roll.
Yes. What about it?
Did I find anything?
Yeah, you found the hole in the back of the wall. I said that, didn't I?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, you definitely said that.
Yeah.
No. I'm up top. Remember?
No, it's the hole, like by the braziers. There's a platform thing, and that's where the hole with moonlight is.
I didn't know you were talking to me.
Talking to you.
Yeah. Basically, the way the imp escaped.
Alright, make some more strength checks for me, please.
And Vinda's just kind of flitting around anxiously.
Our last rolls were so much
unable to
better.
really. What?
Our last strength rolls were so much better.
Yeah, as you're getting further and further, the dirt is getting softer. Then you start hitting mud, and it becomes kind of sludgy and difficult. You're having trouble just getting through it all. You spend the better part of the next 15 minutes digging through this sludge, just getting your dirt is up and crusting in your nails now. Harmony, you've got dirt on your face as you're just trying to get through. Curiosity, you're getting tired at this point. You're starting to just not even care anymore about this. It's getting way too much than you thought it was in for. But Eri, you're just kind of trudging through it and not really caring about your physical appearance, which is dirty now. And eventually you wipe and you clear away and you get to like the belt area of the statue and you swipe and you see this sort of strange belt buckle on this cloth robe he's wearing. It looks kind of like a flower, and it's just squarely planted where his belt buckle would be, and it's this sort of intricate flowered design.
Interesting. Do I recognize this?
Do you have natural lore?
Nope.
Anyone else down there who do?
Me?
I was just wondering more about, character histories and whatnot.
It's a flower, and you're not really familiar with flowers, and it's sort of hard to tell being in the stone shape. Vinda, if you would like to take a look, you could make a natural lore roll.
You guys find something there? What's that? Ooh, flower.
Found this fairly intricate flower.
Vinda, you come up, and being smaller, you can kind of fit into like a little notch in the dirt and kind of get like a TV view of it. And you just sort of back up against the wall, or what would be a wall to you, and look at it. And after a few minutes, it dawns on you, oh, that's a rose. You can definitely tell that that's a rose of some kind.
Why would this guy have a rose on his belt buckle?
And the closer you look at it, you get closer and you can see just the tiniest speck of red paint that probably was once on this thing. So, Olaf and Gorm, what are you guys doing?
I'm just looking around, seeing if I can find anything of interest.
I'm studying my treasure map.
The treasure's in this pit. That's why we're digging.
Have fun in your devil pit.
Is that what my map says, GM?
Roll cartography.
Cartography.
That's intelligence. Your map does not say that the treasure is in this cave. But, looking at it, you do see some familiar landscapes. You've seen some of it on your way here. This place is definitely on your map. You're not exactly sure where, because some of it's changed. But now looking at it and looking at this place, you're like, actually, I think this place might be on the way to treasure.
Noted.
I have a question. How big is the hole at the top?
Like round?
Like, how could a person fit through it?
It's like... Oh, which hole are you talking
You
about?
said there's a hole in the ceiling.
Oh, it's 2 feet tall and 2 feet wide. A small person could fit through it.
Yeah, I'll just keep looking around, hoping maybe.
Hey, Zeri?
Yep.
Can I use those stun points?
Sure. For what?
There's a stunt that's called the object of your attention. It says you receive a +1 bonus to further test to examine or perceive additional aspects of the object of your test until the time or venue changes. And it costs 3 stun points.
Okay.
Can I do that and like continue to study and then like roll again in a minute or something?
Sure, go ahead. You can go ahead and roll now.
Okay. Boo!
You get a +1, so it's a 15.
Can we do the same stunt again?
Stack the +1s.
I think it specifically says you can't do the same stunt twice. You can't roll stunts on during a stunt. Examining it, the map mentions the town of Zagahta. You don't exactly know why it's mentioned, but whoever created this map definitely stopped here and places it on their map. It's somehow important. Maybe someone in town would know.
Eureka!
Your first steps towards success.
I want to examine the hole and see if I can figure out a reason for it.
Okay. Roll. I'm trying to not have intelligence for everything. Or perception. But I guess this would be perception.
We're not killing
Perception.
things. Therefore, perception and intelligence, right?
Yep, pretty much. Roll perception searching for me. As for the rest of you, with this new information, what would you like to do?
Is there anything I could do to try to see if I know anything about somebody who's associated with the rose?
Do you have religion?
I have research. Guess I'll have to go back to town and do some of that.
Yes, if you had books to research, you could certainly use that.
Hello, piece of dirt. What kind of research secrets do you hold?
Maybe we should try and clear the walls off. Maybe there's writing or something. Just this is getting hard to dig out.
You guys are getting tired, and it is probably getting close to like 2 in the morning for you.
Sweet, perfect. I like nighttime. Nighttime is great.
Yeah, for you guys, this is like daytime.
I'm gonna start thinking about sleeping actually.
Yeah, after I finish examining the hole, I start breaking apart anything wooden and building a campfire.
Well, Ari, you might want to get out of the pit if Curiosity's going to try and clear the walls off.
Yes, I do believe I was going to do that. And I will make my way up the rope.
Yeah, trying Curiosity. Well, it looked like other entrances of caves were sealed off. I'm going to go take a closer look at the entrance we came through. See if it was recently reopened. Let me know if you find anything.
Alright, Curiosity, what are you going to use to clear off the walls?
I'm not really sure what people are expecting.
You can summon water and wash the walls off.
Yeah, I guess I have Arcane Spring. I'll try to summon some water above the walls and hope that it washes down the wall and cleans some stuff off.
As everybody leaves you behind to clean up the mess.
I'm trailing up after Ari. I'm hungry and getting tired.
My super powerful 5 gallons of water.
Where is...
Cool. How many MP do you want to
Sorry.
use? I won't make you roll for it, but if you want to use summon the MP to use it over and over, you can do that.
Well, I'll use it once and see how effective it is.
Cool. Okay. Make a roll, not to activate it, but to see how effective it is. So just make a normal spell check roll. Because I'm assuming you're taking your time to do this.
Uh-huh.
And Eagle, I'm back a little bit.
Where?
Harmony.
Ah, there you are.
As you walk up to the entrance, you pass by Sirva, who probably tried really hard to keep an eye on, but it is 2 a.m, and you just see her sitting up against the wall, half asleep. What's left of her small little arcane orb of light is just slowly dimming away as it pulses in her hands, and she's just sitting there sleeping peacefully.
Great. All right, yeah, I'm going to take a look at the entrance and see if it looks like it had to be dug out.
Okay. Yep, perception. Yep. Looking at it, you do see signs of dig marks, shovel marks. It looks like maybe this place was covered up, but maybe not as effectively as the others, and it did have to be dug out. But as you look at the hole, going outside, coming inside, looking at the hole, it doesn't look like a naturally formed cave hole. The cave itself seems naturally formed, but not this particular entrance.
Just as a clarification, as for earlier, were the other covered up entrances like to the same cave system, or is it to like other places?
You haven't seen any other entrances to this specific cave, so you assume that there are probably other networks. But the legend says that Strile's Den is a network of cave systems, in that it used to be several caves, some connected, some not, all up in this hill area, and it used to be used. People used to use this place, but for some reason, people just stopped. And no one really remembers why. And so it's just been left abandoned, which is why it was surprising to find the Trogs there, because no one ever comes here.
And now we've found a weird necromancer thing. Wonder if that might be connected with why they stopped coming here.
So, curiosity. You kind of take your time and gather up your magical focus. And you sort of fly up a little bit off the ground and sort of turn yourself into a fireman's hose as you start blasting away at the walls. I assume you want to do, well, do you want to do the wall directly behind the statue, or is there a particular wall you fancy?
When you say behind, that would be like the wall that the statue's like facing away from, or?
Yeah, that would be to the back of the statue's head.
Yeah, sure, I'll start there.
Okay. Managed to peel away a fair chunk of the mud. Some of the wall too, but most of the wall stays intact. As you begin peeling it away, and you just sort of sit there for a little while, just watch this mud and dirt and the rest, just kind of you start seeing a familiar shape formulating behind the statue, remnants of what looks to be the same 5-point star, and at the very center of the star is a rose. Just you're only seeing like the shape of it because it's still pretty heavily covered up, so you don't actually see many of the points, but you do see 1 and 2 of the point of the star and what look to be arms, and then like half of the rose, like a sort of diagonal half of that rose. But in conjunction with the statue, you can clearly see that it's a 5-point star with remnants of that rose in the center.
Well, I guess I will just say to myself, well, I clearly need to do some research on this.
So you said it was just like he could see the outline, but it was still covered in dirt.
Most of it's still pretty covered in dirt. I mean, most of what he was able to clear off was already partially cleared off because the trogs had been digging there. So he sort of just cleaned off what was left. But it's still, I mean, it's been caked on for, you can tell as you've been going through this stuff hasn't moved in a long, long time.
Well, I'm gonna fly out of the pit and go looking for people that I was left all alone.
Yeah, as soon as you fly up to the top, you see the Byrne brothers sitting by a fire. Love seems to be intensely focused on some piece of parchment in his hand, probably the map, you assume, while his brother's just sort of tending the fire. You see off in the corner, Vinda and Ari sitting together, either talking or sleeping. You can't quite tell, but they seem fine. Harmony and Sierra Winter are nowhere to be seen, but you know, gathered from what you were told, you assume they're probably at the entrance.
Okay, I'll just sort of say to nobody in particular, so are we going to sleep here for the night, or are we going to head back to the town?
You came up. You see a fire going.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sat down eating something. Also, before I went and did the fire thing, did I find out anything about the hole?
As far as its purpose, I mean, it was recently dug, and it's almost chimney-like in that it's just a straight hole that leads to the outside. But other than that, it's just sort of a kind of a hole in the wall.
So you came up and what did you say again? As you came up to me eating at the fire?
I asked if we were just going to sleep here for the night, or if we're going to go back to the town.
It's already pretty late. Might as well sleep here. I think I'll go out a little closer to the entrance rather than stay here in this devil pit.
It's been a long day. I'd like to sleep before we head back.
Yeah, Arethes from around the corner will chime in. Yeah, it would probably be best for us to rest here for the night at least. Head back tomorrow morning. It's quite late.
Okay, then I'm going to go look for Harmony, since I don't see him.
You find him. He's seems to be examining the entranceway, and you see Sierra, or Winter, is still asleep. And her light has gone out, and so all that's left is her hands just sort of cupped in a strange way as she's just like passed out and her head's up against the rock.
Did you find anything interesting?
Well, other than that, this cave entrance looks like it was dug by hand, as opposed to the rest of the cave. Not really, but when we were looking around outside, there were a bunch of other entrances to what I assume are other caves in the system that were all... Well, some of them looked purposely blocked up.
Well, without the troglodytes and their connection to this lady person, I don't think we really have any leads, other than that 5-pointed star and the rose symbol of that man. We need to do some more research.
Yeah, but I don't think that Zagahta's really a good place to do that kind of research. I also would be curious to see if the other caves that were covered up on purpose maybe have similar rooms. But judging by the size of that pit, we'd have no idea where to dig.
Wait, I have a question. Does it look like that entire pit, like from ground level, was all dug out just recently by the troglodytes?
I mean, recently, as in new, it wasn't done in a day, but yeah, it's pretty recent, and it looks like it was completely dug out by the trogs. Whatever their intelligence is, they seem to be pretty good diggers.
Yeah, I don't think that looking in any of their caves would give us much luck. It seems like they knew right where to dig.
Well, maybe there was something on the surface that was some sort of marker. But I guess we won't know. And it'd be hard to dig through those entrances.
Well, if there is something else that's still important here, wouldn't Lady just tell the troglodytes to come back and keep digging for it?
Potentially. Unless, since we're here, and she's apparently been trying to keep this a secret, maybe unless they find out that we're looking for things here, they may try to leave it alone for the time being.
I do not like the idea of this lady person from the shadows looking into Shadowsoul magic. We need to find out more about her.
Well, don't get too far ahead of yourself. We've got a lot of steps before we'll probably figure out who she is. Anyway, while it might be dangerous, there's nothing worth putting your life on the line for other than our quest. So if this gets too dangerous, well, we have more important things to deal with, unless it becomes something that's more dangerous for everyone else and for our people.
True, but this is connected to Shadowsoul magic.
That's why we're still going to investigate. And then we'll evaluate from there, but don't get too obsessed with this idea. If our quest to fix everything takes us in a different direction, we need to be prepared to leave this alone, let others handle it.
Unfortunately, as I said, I don't really even know where this is going. We don't seem to have any leads in to help us find this lady person.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to find something. Now you should get some sleep. I'll keep watch here. I can sleep once we get back into town.
Are you sure?
I'll be fine. Anyway, our other guard seems to have fallen asleep, so...
You see she kind of stirs a little bit at your conversation, but stays asleep.
Okay, well then I will go get some sleep. And I go back down the passageway. Is this passageway big enough for me to fly in?
Yeah,
Okay, then I fly back.
it's about 20. It goes about 20 feet high. All right, is there any other conversations anyone wants to do before the night passes?
No.
I guess, well, I'll ask Vinda if she knows anything more about, like, the rose and what it might mean.
No, just it's a rose, and it was once painted bright red. Drawing quite a bit of attention to it.
All right, if there's nothing else, I think we're going to call it for the night.
We did it!
Yes, we held Lemons hostage. But otherwise, had a great night, guys. Thank you for coming in and playing. Really great night. Never thought I'd hold Lemons up hostage before. But gotta use what you gotta use sometimes. Thank you for joining us on YouTube when y'all watch this. I hope y'all have a good night and God bless.
Also, Bizek continues to be disturbing.